Today is the day after Christmas, 2020. I have been really out of making videos. This is really going to be kind of like a channel update, commentary video, and then showing a small lot of 10th edition that I bought recently for $30 on eBay. Love 10th edition, so I'm always on the lookout for lots, especially when they have a few rares and a few uncommons. But generally what's happening right now for me is that I'm not really enjoying the one set, each set living in its own world, having almost no synergy in standard. So I'm going to start working on what I'm going to call my Ravnica Plus 10 fat packs. That's what I'm going to be doing. Just like I did 10 fat packs that was really focused on Ravnica 2 and 3, because I have a lot of 10th edition, I have a lot of Ravnica 1, and I've shown it in some other video. I'm going to work on, and I'm also going to add Theros. So I changed my mind. I was going to do a devotion cube, but I'm actually just going to fold. This card is from Meridan. I'm actually going to fold Theros 1 and Theros 2 into Ravnica 1, 2, 3 and all black border core sets and Dominaria, because I have some Dominaria that I want to put in, and then selected cards that I like. So that's going to be the cube, and that's going to be my 2021 project. So that's really where I am going. I love these 10th edition lots, and I'll be building to them at some point. It's a shame that MTGO is really dead, because normally I would be building decks in MTGO because I have all these cards in MTGO, and then I would be building decks in there against real modern decks. But be that as it may, that's what I plan to do for 2021. I will still keep doing the Commander with Standard once Kaldheim comes out, but I'm finding out, and I've been playing a lot of Arena, maybe I should put up some Arena videos, but nobody watches those, so I don't put them up, even though I play pretty much every day these days. What I'm finding out with Arena play, with Standard play, is so they overcosted a bunch of really poorly designed, overpowered, broken mythic rares to sell the sets. Then they had to ban them. Then that means that the cards that were left behind, basically the top decks, one of them happened to be what would have been a fringe strategy. And it is one of the most annoying decks I've ever had to play with. I am not going to build it. It is not my style, which is, of course, blue-black rogues milling with flash. I mean, it's as good as a land destruction deck at annoyance level as you can have. And so luckily there are many other decks in Arena, so I'm having fun at playing against those. Incredibly enough, I really didn't like Theros 2 because it didn't have devotion, but now, because it is the one that I can build to my cube, and because I've actually enjoyed the cards after all, even though they're not, I can now build any really meaningful devotion decks. Both decks that I'm playing in Arena are a white-green Citizen Champion and a black-green Citizen Champion. So, who knew? So I'm going to be getting a lot more Theros 2 for the cube pretty soon, once my budget for 2021 kicks in next week. And I have to stick to my budget. I'm a peasant after all. Anyways, I hope you all are having a good holiday considering the circumstances. We've been in confinement for a fairly long time now, so this is getting pretty old. But, you know, luckily for our family, my friends, and the families of my friends, everybody's doing pretty well. Even the ones who caught COVID had like really mild symptoms, if any. So we've been really blessed. I hope you're all doing well. This is kind of like a channel update. Hey, look at some 10th edition cards. I love 10th edition. By now I have a pretty big haul, and I'm only missing, I don't know, probably like 20 uncommons and probably like 30, 40 rares. And that's, you'd say, well, that's a lot. Well, you know, it's got 121 rares and it's got 121 uncommons. So this lot was pretty good. I mean, I'm going through the comments right now. You know, love 10th edition. So there's going to be, and of course, with the previous 10 fat packs that I did for my Ravnica Cube, they were really focused on Ravnica 2 and 3. I took the Mirror one and I put in some Ravnica 1 from when I bought the Ravnica 1 cards, but I stopped, and I think because I bought more and I was like, well, you know, let's just do it right. And so these cards are going to go into that cube. Pretty soon I'm going to start building, and I'll do some decks for the channel. So these are the uncommons that I got from this lot. And so yeah, you know, cubing will be mostly what I do. When the new standard set comes out, like Kaldheim, I get a Kaldheim. I'll get a booster box. I'll do a few commander builds. But that sequence of commander builds really got stalled by the fact, love the artwork for this card, that each set lives in its own world. So when you go in, I think when you go into Arena, yes, there are some decks that cross over across the sets, but really 90% of the time you're either going to have a mutate deck, and I think Skewed Swarm is the only exception of synergy across sets that I can see that's really out there, or adventure decks. Those two, really, adventure decks, mutate decks, and then a few losers like me are building enchantment decks just because I love enchantment decks. So not a terribly fun standard. Synergies do not build across sets like you get with 3 set standards. And now we're going to go into an era a lot like Amonkhet. You know, it's a little better because the sets are bigger. So that's actually made it not as bad as the Amonkhet era. And I guess I'm going to start getting some of these lands too. I'll buy a few. They're not that expensive. Most of them. At least 5 of them. The other 5 are very expensive. The lot came with a couple of foils. Foils from 10th edition are nice. I have a few that I pulled, actually. I pulled them because I did crack a good number of packs of 10th edition, which I'm very happy about. Of course, if this set came out today, I would be buying a case. Guarantee you. So those are the foils, and then here are the rares. So yeah, mostly a commentary video. I think this is going to go in a playlist that's going to be titled Ravnica Plus Cube, because that's what I'm going to be doing for 2021. My favorite artwork on any Magic card. I already have it, but I could have more just from a collector standpoint. I just think it's a really cool artwork. Really cool. So I'll be getting some more singles for 10th edition. I'll be also getting some more singles for Ravnica 1, M10, and M11. I'll focus on those early in the year, just because I want to have a really good selection of those. And I already do. And then I'll start putting in Theros 1 and 2, Ravnica 2 and 3, and additional core sets in Dominaria. And I'll get on some deck building. I really want to do some deck building. There's a lot of really fun strategies in all these sets. This is the only card that was not mint. Is it? Or is there more than one hurricane? Yeah, I think there's more than one hurricane in this lot. But the other one is... Oh, yeah, wait, let me see, what was it? No! I guess I thought it was... Yeah, okay, never mind. Oh yeah, it's a little bent, but it's fine. When I put it in a sleeve, it'll look just fine. And I did order sleeves because I ran out of them. So yeah, and I got a playset of this dude. So there you have it. It's gonna be a lot of old school brawl, modern brawl, more modern brawl for sure, just for fun, because I think it's more fun than Commander, in the sense that you don't need as many cards. You can do it with limited selections. I think Commander Brawl, I think it's a great format. So I'll be building to that mostly in this cube. But once it gets pretty big, which I expect that will be halfway through 2021, then we'll get down to the business of Commander decks with all of these sets. And I've focused on a few sets just because I love the whole Ravnica thing. So I hope you're all doing well.